Hey, what's up? My name is JM Lee and welcome to my channel. This week I want to get into the May Creature Spotlight. And I know we do these on the second week of May, but if you watch my May update, you know that I was sick. But I still want to deliver a creature update for this month. And this month we're talking about Redcaps. Now, I talked about Redcaps a little bit in my Creature Spotlight on goblins, where I showed that Redcaps can be a type of goblin. But I really like Redcaps, and I wanted to dig a little bit deeper into these little bastards. Redcaps are about 2 feet tall. They are often described with slender builds, bulbous noses, ruddy complexions, long, skinny fingers, sometimes talons for hands even. Definitely nasty looking, depending on the story or the folklore that you're reading about. And depictions of them, descriptions of them may vary, but one thing they all have in common, and what makes them Redcaps, is the red cap that they wear on their heads, which, according to legend, is soaked in the blood of their victims. Now, I did go into Redcaps when I talked about goblins a little bit. Unlike goblins, they are never depicted as friendly. These, goblins sometimes could be considered like almost elf-like, where they could repair your shoes or bring you drinks or help you out in some ways. Not Redcaps. Redcaps will always try to kill you. They will murder you. That's kind of their deal. They're vicious, they're mean, they're horrible, they're evil. And sometimes, yes, they are depicted as goblins. Sometimes they're depicted as fae. Sometimes they are depicted as ghosts, like spirits that might haunt at a castle and whatnot. A lot of the legends around the Redcaps came from Scotland, around border towns, these kind of fringe, border settlements out in the wilderness where lonely castles exist and things are thought to be haunted and people don't really know what's going on. There is a famous story about Redcaps, and this is one of the primary stories that thrust them into modern folklore and kind of put them on the map as a beastie. Before I get into that, I want to ask if you're enjoying this Creature Spotlight or this Creature Spotlight series, or just enjoying my channel in general, to please smush that like button. Subscribe to my channel. Support me and help me reach other people and help my channel grow. I would love more people to hear about cool creatures and cool world building ideas, weapon spotlights, other topics I cover, whether it's medieval setting material or just setting for your fantasy realm or what have you. My channel tries to cover a lot of that. Every like and subscribe helps me out immensely. So please, if you haven't already, smush that like button and subscribe. But anyway, let's get on with the story. The story I'm referring to is the tale of Robin Redcap and William Solus. William Solus was this Scottish noble who did exist. He was a real person, but in the folklore of this story, he was a dark wizard, and he did horrible things, and he murdered the villagers that lived around him, and he performed dark arts and black magic and all this kind of stuff, and he had this Redcap, this Robin Redcap, who used his magic to make sure that William was immune from harm from any weapons. It was said that William Solus was actually trained, was the dark apprentice of none other than the Wizard of the North, Michael Scott. No, not that Michael Scott. This Michael Scott. Okay, so Michael Scott was actually a real person too. He was a scholar and a mathematician. But hey, in the 13th century, if you used your brain, maybe you were a wizard, and maybe you were a dark wizard at that. Both these people actually existed. Neither of them were Satan worshippers as far as we know. But, yeah, poor Michael Scott got thrown under the bus, along with William Solus. As the story goes, William Solus ran this campaign of dread across his estate, murdering, devil-worshipping, dark arts, and Robin Redcap was right there at his side, murdering and doing all these horrible things, supporting him and lending his magic to make William impervious to mortal weapons. And so the people got together and captured William Soulis, encasing him in a cask of iron and boiling him to death. Hey, it's not a sword, and it worked. In reality, the real William Soulis was caught in a treasonous plot against Robert the Bruce, the King of Scotland, and his men that were conspiring with him were dragged behind horses and beheaded, whereas William Soulis himself was imprisoned for the rest of his life in Dumbarton Castle. So you can imagine this was not a popular dude among the Scottish people, so yeah, he was vilified and made into this dark wizard, evil bad guy, and Robin Redcap was there, enabling him. And I'm sorry, can we just take a minute and look at how cool Dumbarton Castle is? Look at this. Highly defensible, fortified. You've got a mountain and water surrounding it. You got your Quidditch pitch over there looking good. Yeah, gorgeous. Love it. But anyways, yeah, plotting against the Scottish throne, devil-worshipping asshole. And Robin Redcap was there to lend some believability to the whole story because, that kind of shit flew back then. So that about wraps it up. Redcaps, a little bit of deeper dive. You can tag this on to the Goblins Creature Spotlight I did previously if you want to check that out. But, yeah, little bastards, little assholes. These guys are evil. Stained blood, red caps, nasty. Incidentally, Redcaps will be appearing in the Kindle Vella series that I have coming out in June, so that's another reason why I wanted to talk a little bit about Redcaps. Self-indulgent, I know, but hey, it's my channel. If you like this video, please smush that like button, and as always, please subscribe. I post most Thursdays, and you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also check out the first chapter of my work in progress that I am pitching to be published, A Flower in Hell. And that's on jmchaley.com. Check it out, leave me a comment, sign up for my newsletter. Let's stay in touch. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.